GTA Online players are increasingly trolling NPCs in 2025, and trolling as NPCs. In 2025, GTA Online continues to evolve not only through Rockstar's periodic updates but through the ever-growing creativity of its players. One of the most compelling trends of the year has been the uptick in players trolling non-playable characters, NPCs, in increasingly bizarre and performative ways. From elaborate setups where players trap NPCs in convoluted scenarios to comedic ambushes and traffic jams, the once mundane digital citizens of Los Santos have become unwitting stars in player-generated content, often used for live streams and short-form social media videos. Trolling NPCs is not new to GTA, but the scale and theatricality of it in 2025 mark a new chapter. Players have begun staging mock rituals, impromptu game shows, and synchronized dance-offs involving crowds of bewildered NPCs. With the improvements in AI behavior and pedestrian response in recent updates, the reactions have become more entertaining. Some NPCs now flee with more lifelike panic, while others attempt to fight back or alert the authorities. These advanced behaviors make NPC trolling a dynamic and interactive experience, drawing in an audience both inside and outside the game. On the flip side of this cultural phenomenon, a curious reversal is also taking place. Players have begun trolling others by behaving as NPCs themselves. This performance art involves players mimicking the programmed routines of pedestrians, walking repetitive loops, standing idly with coffee cups, and reacting to stimuli in exaggerated but robotic ways. The effectiveness of this tactic lies in its subtlety. Some players remain undetected for minutes or even hours, only breaking character for a perfectly timed ambush or comedic reveal. The trend of player as NPC trolling owes much to the popularity of stealth and deception content on streaming platforms. Streamers now compete to see how long they can convincingly pose as digital background noise before revealing their identity with a flamethrower or sudden melee attack. These moments, often clipped and shared widely, are both entertaining and serve as commentary on the blurred line between AI and human players in a hyper-realistic online space. The rise of these dual trolling behaviors also reflects a broader shift in the player mindset. Where GTA Online was once dominated by power fantasies, acquiring the biggest cars, loudest weapons, and most expensive penthouses, there's now a surge in absurdist anti-power expressions. Trolling, particularly through impersonation, is less about dominating others and more about subverting expectations and game systems for the sake of humor or surrealism. This mirrors wider trends in internet culture where irony and unpredictability reign supreme. Moreover, Rockstar's passive tolerance and at times quiet encouragement of this trend suggests they understand its role in player retention. By designing AI routines with more nuance, they have inadvertently created a richer canvas for trolling. Even the recent inclusion of more expressive pedestrian animations and idle behaviors seems almost custom-built for this player-driven theater. It would not be surprising if future updates leaned even further into this, offering tools or rewards specifically tailored to performance-style interactions. As always, not everyone is amused. Some players argue that this kind of trolling ruins immersion or disrupts missions, especially in public lobbies. Others point out that it highlights the game's limitations. NPCs can only do so much, and overly elaborate trolling setups can break the flow of gameplay. Still, many see these interactions as a natural and even necessary evolution of a game world that thrives on chaos and creativity. In a sense, the growing interest in NPC-themed trolling both reflects and reinforces GTA Online's status as a digital satire. In a city where crime is a given and absurdity is currency, the idea of players imitating NPCs, those faceless cogs of the system, is strangely poetic. It speaks to the player's desire to play not just in the game world, but with it, treating every alleyway and strip mall like a stage. Ultimately, whether players are messing with NPCs or becoming them, this trend showcases the ingenuity and humor of the GTA Online community. It reaffirms that the most interesting content often doesn't come from the developers themselves but from the unpredictable actions of players within a sandbox of endless possibilities. As 2025 unfolds, it's clear that trolling, whether by trap or by act, is less a nuisance and more a digital art form in the city of Los Santos.